Okay, so in this video, I have a drawing. It's not as detailed as my last bookmark, but I have some things I need to be concerned with the person in the mountain. So it's detailed, but not as detailed. So I went ahead and drew what I wanted to draw, and this person's climbing a mountain, obviously, or hanging off a cliff, and so I'm going to kind of have like a sunset. So it's getting darker up here, but lighter down here. I've cleaned my palette, just simply washed it in the sink and dried it with a paper towel, and so again, somewhat of a wet on wet process, but not too bad. So I'm just kind of getting the paper, a little water on the paper, but not too much, so I can have really kind of control of my sunset. So I'm going to start down here. With having the water on the paper automatically, it's going to help with my blends. However, you can already see that my yellow is a lot lighter, so I didn't touch the very bottom with water. I left the very, very bottom pure, dry, so that way I could get the really maximum yellow that I could get. I wetted the paper purely for blending purposes. So I'm going to kind of switch my colors, and you can see automatically how that is affecting the orange and how light it is. And then so I can play around with my transitions. Unlike what we practice, I actually want my transitions in my sunset to be a little bit smoother, more like a blending stump in a way. I do want my orange to start getting darker, so I'll start messing with the pure color. This is where you have to be careful, but you don't have to be too careful because the person's going to be a silhouette. So you just kind of paint around, but you do want to have control. Remember, I'm going to just make that person black eventually, so I'm okay with not having having some mistakes on the person. And then whenever I'm ready, I can switch to my purple. Now, that is way too dark, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use some water, kind of lighten it up, push this down into the red, create that red violet, but again using my water to kind of lighten it up. That got too dark way too fast. Remember to use your techniques that you learned, the paper towel if your brush is getting too soaked. Add some blue into my sky here. And then because it does have, it's a little wet, I'm going to see if I can't get some twinkles of stars. So I'm hoping my salt will dissolve completely next time I see it. And to help that process, I'm just going to go in and touch them with water. So hopefully those guys will dissolve. And so this is, painting around details. So and there you go.